The Naz Show on SG1 Radio.
Hello everyone, wishing you all a very good afternoon. You are listening to SG1 Radio right here, right now with me, Naz. How are you all doing? Honestly, I am really excited to be sitting with you all between now and 4 o'clock because during this hour we will play our amazing artists from around the world music. And trust me, this hour you will not be disappointed because I have some fantastic tunes lined up from you from all over this world, particularly South Asia this week. They're all very different. We've got Bollywood mashups, we've got Punjabi music, we have got the whole load of songs. They're all very different. So stay tuned. And also, if you are listening in, let me know so I can give you a shout out on this fine Saturday. So what I will do is, before speaking any further about today's show, let's start off with our first song. And the first song that I have for you guys is Tum Hi Ho and Galiya mashup, covered by Kamal Chopra. So let's give it up for her.
हम तेरे बिन अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा, तुझसे जुदा अगर हो जाएंगे तो खुद से ही हो जाएंगे जुदा, क्योंकि तुम ही हो, अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी, अब तुम ही हो चैन भी, मेरा दर्द भी, मेरी आशिकी, अब तुम ही हो. You
Loved those songs, and that was Tum Hi Ho Galiya mashup cover by Kamal Chopra. And I have to say, these two songs are easily my favorite songs. And I want to share the news as we have just played a song by the beautiful Kamal Chopra that our Kamal has been nominated as a Best International Artist for the UK Bhangra Awards. And it's the second time, can you believe it? This is the second time in a row now. So please do vote for her. You can do this very easily by emailing the code UKBA 2304 to ukbangraawards@gmail.com, or you can text the code UKBA 2304 to 0798 4358 585. So that was, you can text the code on UKBA 2304 to 0798 3458 585. And if you're texting from abroad, make sure you are texting the +44 sign. And please note that standard network rates apply. So please do vote for Kamal Chopra for her amazing talent at the UK Bhangra Awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. SG1 Radio, right here, right now.
Okay, so whenever my friends, who live abroad, and I have to tell them that I'm from Stevenage, a lot of the times, believe it or not, they really struggle to guess where Stevenage is, or I've never heard of the name Stevenage. But when I say, do you know Lewis Hamilton is originally from Stevenage, that's when they're like, I recognize Lewis Hamilton. So perhaps, Lewis Hamilton is perhaps one of the most well-known sports stars in the world, actually. So Lewis, as we all know, is very well known for his driving. But did you know that he was good in football too? In fact, he once played alongside footballer Ashley Young. Yeah, can you believe it? Ashley Young and Lewis Hamilton, both from Stevenage. And in fact, they actually went to the same secondary school. They both went to John Henry Newman and played together in school team. I mean, like, who knew that two kids, in the same year, who went to the same school in Stevenage, would end up becoming worldwide sports stars? Like, I am so amazed.
Music to blow you away.
Station with the very best DJs
From all around the world.
playing music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the best hits of today.
Sounding good. SG1 Radio.
Well, I do hope I am sounding good. But I'll be honest, I want to talk about trains as well. These days, I am very lucky that I am no longer commuting by train, as my workplace has become very local now, relatively local. And, because I work in St. Albans, and I've actually found a much more closer route to get home, because before it was taking me a whole hour to get home from Stevenage from St. Albans to Stevenage. But I managed to find a shorter route. It actually now takes me about 40 minutes. Sometimes if I'm lucky, it takes me 35 minutes because I avoid the traffic, the notorious traffic from St. Albans to Hatfield part. I don't know why that part is really busy, especially if you go on the A1. So what I've done is I take a more outside route, let's say, the country lanes to St. Albans to Hatfield, and that usually takes me about 10 minutes. And I also avoid the internal traffic in St. Albans, actually, and that is also horrid. I don't have to go through their town centre. So I take that route, and from Hatfield, I go onto the A1, and luckily that takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to get home. So yeah, that is a route in case if you are someone who has to pass by that horrid Hatfield to St. Albans area and you're thinking, where's the shortcut? Let you remind yourself that Naz told you on SG1 Radio on the 12th of December, right here, right now. So yeah, that's me saying that. But because I'm more driving now, I'm not so aware with what's going on with the train lines anymore. Because it doesn't affect me directly, but I did hear some sad news that this week, there was an unfortunate news of a person who sadly died after being hit by a train. And so my heart heartfelt condolences goes to the family. And of course, the person who's no longer with us as well. It is really sad times. And it's been a difficult time as well, actually. So when I mentioned that, do keep an eye out for anyone. It could be your friend, family, or even, as said, at a train station, if you think someone doesn't look right or something doesn't look right, please do reach out to them. You never know, that one last action might help. But yeah, I just wanted to say that.
The Naz Show on SG1 Radio.
All right, do stay tuned because we've got lots of fantastic music coming your way. I still have music from Vicky Chaudhry and Adil Asif coming up. I also have music coming up from DDS, who I had the pleasure of interviewing as well. I've also got music coming up from Kirani and also Kavya Jones and Leslie Lewis. So stay tuned, all in this 1 hour coming in. And I've got our lovely Adam who is tuned in. Hi, Adam. Thank you very much for tuning in. Adam is also a lovely Saturday presenter we have here on SG1 Radio. He is actually on air at 8 o'clock today with Adam's House. So please do listen out for him. Trust me, you will not be bored. I really enjoy listening to his show while I'm tidying up the kitchen. So please do listen out for Adam. And I've got Adil as well who's tuned in. Hi, Adil. Thank you very much for tuning in. I want to remind our listeners that we have a soundtrack from Adil Asif coming up very shortly. So stay tuned for that because I'm sure you really don't want to miss that. And I am really excited about playing this as well for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. SG1 Radio, right here, right now.
Right. There has been some quite controversial planning application going around to build 800 homes and a primary school in Stevenage's Forster country. For those of you who don't know about this area, it's basically the land between North Road and Western Road, which includes Orpha E.M. Forster's childhood home, Rook's Nest House, and a Grade 1 listed St. Nicholas Church, and Grade 2 listed the Bury. So I've been speaking around with people and having chats with them as well on what they think about this. And it appears that there have been a lot of objections raised as it's a land full of heritage. And I'm sure you can all understand that as well. So I would like to hear from you, of course, about, what do you think of the planning business going on Forster country? Let us know what your thoughts are on the latest planning application on this historical site. You can call or you can text on 0736895043, and you can also send in your messages via our social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And for those of you listening on the radio, I am also Facebook Live and YouTube Live as well today on this occasion. So if you would like to tune in that way, you're more than welcome to do that as well. And what I will do is, on that note, I think it'll be a good time to move on to our next song. So the next track I have lined up is Dire Dire by I Am X, the band, Adil Asif and Vicky Chaudhry. So let's listen up for this one.
The Naz Show on SG1 Radio.
जाने क्या सोचे मन प्यासा सा, जाने क्यों रहे, जाने क्या सोचे मन प्यासा सा। खुमारियाँ सी छाने लगी है मखमली रातों में, घुला को कोई नशा हौले से धड़कन कहने लगी है कैसा ये जादू तूने मुझ पे किया मैं तुझ में खोने लगा धीरे धीरे हाँ धीरे 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 मेरा कोई रहा हौले से धड़कन कहने लगी है कैसा ये जादू तूने मुझ पे किया मैं तुझ में खोने लगा धीरे धीरे हाँ धीरे 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 हाँ धीरे धीरे होले से धड़कन कहने लगी है कैसा ये जादू तूने मुझ पे किया मैं तुझ में खोने लगा धीरे धीरे हाँ धीरे 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 हाँ धीरे 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 हाँ धीरे 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 हाँ धीरे धीरे
What a nice track that was. Great work, guys. I was literally dancing in the chair listening to this. That was Dire Dire by IMX The Band, Adil Asif and Vicky Chaudhary. I really do love this song and I'm definitely going to be playing this in future as well. So listeners, be aware of that.
The Naz Show on SG1 Radio.
So as you are aware, I know I have been banging on about this over the last few shows, that Stevenage is currently in Tier 2 restrictions. Our members of Parliament, they've written to the Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, calling on him and his department to scale down the COVID tier restrictions in our area. I understand that the next review of the COVID tier restrictions will take place by 16th December. So let's see what happens. But generally, I'd like to know what your thoughts are. Do you think the cases in Stevenage are getting higher or across Hertfordshire? Do you think we should relax the tier restrictions here when you compare it with London and North East? I don't know what your thoughts are. It would be good to know, actually.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Today's best music. SG1 Radio, right here, right now.
Right, I can see that we are receiving messages on the Forster Country Planning Application Controversy. So thank you so much, listeners, for dropping in your messages. And I'm going to try and read as many of your messages today as I can, because today is the show where I am going to be spending it with my lovely listeners. We don't have any guests, so it's going to be Naz and listeners time. So the messages that I have is we have from Bailey, who feels very saddened that another piece of land from the 1950s will be gone from Stevenage. She has a lot of memories associated with this place. Bailey, I totally know how you feel. I can imagine that it's not going to be very pleasant, and it is true, we all have memories associated with places. And I always, one thing I've noticed is whenever I have relatives come from Bangladesh, they always say how England is full of free land. And maybe that's something we pride on as well, because we don't like to have too much, we like to have our agriculture as well in some places, not too commercial. I mean, try going to Sylhet. You don't have much free land at times, because especially where we live as well. Before, where we lived, it was full of land and everything. You had a lot of space. You'd see kids playing in the gardens and all of that. But now, if somebody has a bit of space of land, they're like, oh, let me quickly build a tall building there. So things are starting to become much more commercial, and maybe we are missing our old heritage sites. So thank you, Bailey, for your message. We have Caitlin here as well, who says that she feels very angry about what is going on with Forster Country. Caitlin, I really do feel for you. And as said, I think it would be really good for everyone to raise their thoughts on this matter where they can. And, it is your town. You need to speak what you think is right for you. And also a big thank you to Sabah for her message as well. She's saying that the decision to build on Forster Country is very disgraceful. Sabah, again, thank you very much for dropping in your message on SG1 Radio. I really appreciate all these messages coming in. And as said, if there is anyone who also wants to drop in their messages, please feel free to do so. If you're on our Facebook or if you're on our YouTube, we have the numbers all scrolling down on the bottom of the screen. But for clarity, I will say our number. So you can, of course, text us, or you can call us as well. The number is 0736 8957043. And of course, you can drop your comments or by direct message on our social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So please get your messages coming in, and I will definitely be sharing that on air on SG1 Radio. You are listening to Naz between now and 4 o'clock.
Music to blow you away.
Station with the very best DJs
From all around the world.
playing music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the best hits of today.
Sounding good. SG1 Radio.
Right, so let us know, how are you all doing today on this lovely Saturday? Do you ever look back at your lives and think, I really wish I took that chance in my life. I really wish I took that step in my life. I really wish I made that decision when I was really worried, but you never did for some reason. And in fact, things actually worked out better for you. Maybe it was a sign, the universe, God, whoever you want to believe in, that maybe that door, that closed door was closed for a reason. I can say this for myself, actually. There's been loads of times when I really, really, really wanted something, but for some reason or the other, it just never happened. I don't know. At the time, I'd say I would have felt very upset that, oh no, I really, really wanted this. Like, I really wanted this job. I really wanted to go on this holiday or that or something. It can be something small, it can be something big. And then later you think back in your life that actually, whatever happened for the best. If I had taken that step in my life, maybe I wouldn't have had what I have now. That's one thing I just wanted to share with you guys, because sometimes there's a hidden good behind a bad. Sometimes in life we see a lot of ups and downs. We come across some tragedies and we think we'll never be able to get over this. We'll never be able to overcome this hurdle. But, sometimes that hurdle, that tragedy that came into your life actually makes you a more stronger person. And you don't realize this until maybe a bit later in your life, actually. And you think, you know what, I'm glad that this actually happened because otherwise I wouldn't have seen what I'm seeing now. And I can give examples of my life as well, actually. And while I'm saying to you, maybe you can drop examples of yours as well, actually, in the comment section or by message or call about what you think wouldn't have happened. So myself, I think maybe I might be a prime example of someone who's faced so many ups and downs. Maybe there were times when I wish maybe I did this. So perhaps job is a perfect one example. Because for those of you who know me really well, I am so obsessed with my career, my work. For me, like my work has been so important. So when lockdown first happened, it really did affect me because I was going to start a new job, my dream job as a trainee solicitor. And of course, when lockdown happened, I couldn't do that because, everywhere you can imagine in the UK or worldwide that there was a job being affected. Some people lost their jobs. Some people had their contracts taken back. And some people, lost, like myself, had their jobs being deferred, the start date. And at first I was really upset, because I had left my previous job to join this job. And I was thinking, how would I survive, the lockdown period, thinking about this and with the mind that, I've got a bit of uncertainty in my future. But, now when I look back, I think things really happened for the best because I started to get more involved with other things, more involved with the community, more involved with my radio, more involved with so many different things that I could do from home that I never realized. And most importantly, I always realized that I never had time to focus on myself. And it really gave me a chance, to focus on myself, on what I want to do, learn new hobbies, do the things that you've never done. I used to love dance so much, to keep myself in shape and all of that. But yeah, and I started to do dance again, because I've never had time for it. And I started to copy like all these dance routines. So there is so much hidden good that you don't realize until, you see that good maybe. But I know it takes a while. So stay positive. Good things are coming your way, and this year is nearly coming to an end with 2020. I know 2020 has been disastrous, but think of it, it's made us more closer to our families. Because if lockdown hadn't happened, would you have really appreciated the time that you spent with your families? Because now, we really do. Sometimes if you're someone who's living away from your family, you must really think that I actually really miss them now. I really wish I spent more time with them. So when things are getting back to normal again, you can look back and think, I've learned my lesson or something. Because now, I'll be honest, I spend so much more time with my family now. At times, it's a bit like a big boss house, big brother house. But, most importantly, we are all happy. We're all getting along. And you speak about stories and lots of conversations that maybe you never had time for. So see it as a blessing. And I'm sure you will also agree with me too. And what we'll do is very shortly, we will move on to our next song. So you are listening to SG1 Radio right here, right now with me, Naz, in the hot seat between now and 4 o'clock. So we have lots of fantastic music coming up your way. I still have music to play from Kirani, DDS, and also Kavya Jones and Leslie Lewis. So stay tuned for all of that. And on top of that, I'll be sharing news of around what's going on in Stevenage and also surrounding areas. And if there is anything you would like to share as well, or you want to give a message to dedicate, or even a shout out to someone, just let me know and I'll make sure I convey that across. So on that note, let's move on to our next song. The next song I have is a pop dance music track and perfect for all those house music fans. And it is Kirani with Want Your Love.
Want your love, love, love. Want your love, love, love. Want your love, love, love. Want your love, love, love. Love. It's hard to breathe, I've got no air. Been searching for you, you don't seem to love. It ain't easy to admit I'm wrong, love. Been leaving voicemails on your telephone. Ring, ring, ring. It just seems to ring, 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 It just seems to ring, 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 ring.
I just want your love.
Was on your telephone. Ring, ring, ring. It just seemed to ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. It just seemed to ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. It just seemed to ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. I just want your love. I just want your love. I just want your love. I just want your love.
I just want your love.
Want your love, love, love. Want your love, love, love. Want your love, love, love. Want your love, love, love. Want your love, love, love. I just want your love. Want your love, love, love.
So that was Want Your Love by Kirani. Adam, really enjoyed this track. Thank you, Adam. Big credit goes to, of course, Kirani. We've coming up with this fantastic track. Honestly, it's awesome and I absolutely loved it. And that really is a next level music. Excellent. So that was Kirani with Want Your Love. Message from Rumo Hunts saying, Kamal Hoge here. Hanji, we played Kamal's track right at the start, but Rumo, I can assure you that once this session is over, you will definitely be able to listen back to the track right at the start of this show, because as we're going Facebook Live and YouTube Live, a copy of this will be available on our social medias to listen back to in case you missed any segment of it. And trust me, it has been a very good session so far. And I'm really enjoying this. So if any of you are also listening into this show, please drop your messages and I will definitely be reading them all out today. Because, come on, this is what we do on SG1 Radio, right? And it's Saturday.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. SG1 Radio, right here, right now.
Okay, so as well as a presenter, it's also my job to make sure that I keep my listeners informed of what's going on in Stevenage, sharing some positive, sharing some sad stories maybe, or just what's going on. And today I do have some sad news to share as well, which has come to light. And honestly, my heart really goes out to this innocent girl and her family. So Maisie, she's only 13 years old. She's been missing since Thursday, and the police are appealing for your help to find her. So Maisie, a bit of description about her. She's described as white with brown shoulder-length hair. She was last seen wearing a grey top and a black bomber jacket, blue jeans and black trainers. And if you think you've seen Maisie since her disappearance or have any information on her whereabouts or anything, just please call the non-emergency number 10, quoting, non-emergency number 101, quoting ISR 794. And of course, if you see her immediately in front of you, then please call 999 straight away and let the police know that you've seen her, because her family are really worried about her. And she has been, missing since Thursday now, and we're Saturday. It would be really great if, collectively we can all help out to see, where she is and everything. Because I think I can imagine how worried her family must be, and it's not a nice feeling at all.
Music to blow you away.
Station for the very best DJs
From all around the world.
playing music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the best hits of today.
Sounding good. SG1 Radio.
Right, time is 3:36 p.m. in the UK. I wonder what time it is where else our listeners are actually, because our listeners are in fact all over the world, and I feel really blessed to have such listeners around and sharing their stories on what they're getting up to on this day-to-day basis. And trust me, when I sit here, I am really always excited to hear from you all actually. And I really love it how you all make the effort to connect with us here on SG1 Radio. So thank you. My heart really does feel much more bigger actually, when I hear of you all. But yeah, in general, what is it that you see a lot on your social media by any chance? Because social media, come on, I don't know what it is with their algorithms, because their algorithms are just on another level. They always got something, and I'm pretty sure I was not searching this. Where did you get that from? So I will be sharing what I seem to see a lot on my social media. If you can share yours, that would be great too. A shout out to Vicky as well, who's tuned in. Vicky, thank you very much for tuning in on SG1 Radio. So right now we're all talking about what it is that we see on our social media more. On my social media these days, I really don't know why I see this. I seem to see a lot of marriage stuff on my social media. And the other day on LinkedIn as well, I had this marriage matrimony send me a LinkedIn request. And I was like, you know what, I'm not going to accept this. I don't know. I find it a bit strange actually to accept friend requests or LinkedIn connection requests from marriage matrimonies online, especially. I don't know. It's not something I've been searching. So, and also in general as well, I always see on my Facebook suggested, and I don't know why it comes up suggested as well. These apps like Shadi.com and Dil Mil as well. And I know like everyone has their own preferences and stuff, but I've always just personally found these stuff a bit weird, not my type. But yeah, I just really don't know why it just keeps coming like over and over again. But yeah, and maybe it is actually Shadi season in South Asia actually, because it increases the winters. A lot of people in Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, they seem to get married a lot during that time because the weather is good. It's not overly hot. It's actually quite mild. And I think it's quite a good time. Whereas in the UK, wedding season is actually around summertime, because UK, come on, the winters. Imagine getting married in the winter in the UK, because, you'd see rain, you'd see snow, you'd see hail, you'd see like the worst kind of weather. But then again, saying that, I remember my uncle, he got married in August. All summer, we had boiling heat in the summer. But as soon as it was his wedding day, I don't know why it decided to rain all day. So you can imagine, we were traveling from Stevenage to Liverpool, and that's like a good 5-hour coach journey that was, because we all decided to hire a coach and go together. We also had a limo as well, actually. Actually, I can't remember. Yeah, we definitely did. So obviously stepping out into the rain when you've just done your hair and makeup, and I can tell you one thing. My photos definitely didn't come out nice. There was one mugshot that my sister's kept, and she saved it as her caller displays. For every time I am calling my sister, an angry photo of me from that day comes up. And you know what? She says it always makes her laugh. And I'm just like, why would you save such a horrid picture of me for your caller display whenever I call you? So that's siblings for you, actually. They're never loyal to you at times. So yeah, so I remember my pictures from that wedding came out so horrid. It was unbelievable. And because I have curly hair, when I get rained on, it becomes extremely frizzy. So I remember coming home and, you know, we were doing the welcoming for the bride, my chachi actually, and my hair was like frizzy, like, and I was like, oh my God, man, like that's like the worst look that anyone can ever go for. So yeah, that's my memories. But yeah, what is it that you seem to have a lot on your social media coming up? You know, the social media algorithms, I try and keep it tailored to what I want to see. But obviously, like Facebook and Twitter has its own life, I think. But yeah, speaking about social media, SG1 Radio is on social media, and you know, you can follow us anywhere now. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, and you know what? We're also on LinkedIn as well. When I first came to SG1 Radio, I don't know why I made a LinkedIn. I guess we needed a LinkedIn maybe. So I decided to create one on LinkedIn as well. So yeah, feel free to follow us on all these different platforms. We're also on Mixcloud as well. So SG1 Radio shows. If you miss any of our shows from our lovely presenters, you can always catch up on Mixcloud to listen back to your favorite shows. And trust me, you will not be disappointed because we have a great collection of shows here. And the best part about SG1 Radio is that we're very diverse. We have all these fantastic selection of shows here. Myself being the culturally diverse one. So I play amazing artists from around the world music. We have we have Slava and Trev on Wednesdays. They play pick and mix, so you'll get a good mix of different songs. You know, we have rap on Mondays with Lee Philippek. There's so many, honestly. Like, it just depends on your taste as well, actually. So yeah, and my show is dedicated to all those independent artists out there, because I feel like independent artists, they have the most greatest music. But I just feel like they're not recognized enough. And I want my show to be a show just to boost them a little bit more, because I feel like I would want to support independent artists wherever I can. So on that note, what I'll be doing is, I think we should move on to our next song. So let's move on to our next song. And you are listening to SG1 Radio right here, right now with me, Naz, up until now and 4 o'clock. This Saturday is going by really quick, actually. Actually, this entire show is going by really quick because, oh my God, we've actually got like the last 20 minutes left. Where has this gone? And I am really feeling really good because your messages are really keeping me going, and I'm loving all these messages coming in. So yeah, let's do one thing because we've still got music to play by DDS. We've still got music to play by Kavya Jones and Leslie Lewis. And I actually have an extract of a surprise interview as well, actually, because those of you following us on social media will know that we conduct our interviews a lot throughout the week. And sometimes we play them directly on our social media, and sometimes we play them on our radio as well. So make sure you stay tuned. And what I will do is I will move on to our next song. And next up, I have Ek Jindari by London-based producer DJ DDS. I had the pleasure of interviewing DDS not so long ago, and he's such a lovely person to speak to. And he's an architect as well as a musician. Amazing. And this song, Ek Jindari, will also be featuring Bikram Singh and Ishmit Narula. All you Punjabi fans, trust me, you will love this one.
ਸਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੰਨਣੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਹੀ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਹੀ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੀ ਜਾਣੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਨੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਦੋ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਨੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਇੱਕ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਦੋ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਨੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਇੱਕ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਸੋਹਣੀਏ ਨੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਇੱਕ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ
ये गानी भुल गयो तू ता सानू दिल दे आ जानी अखियां भी तरस गईया वे सोहणिया एक बारी वेड़े साडे आ माहिया एक बारी वेड़े साडे आ
मैं तो सुपने च वेखा तेरा मूनी जिंद जान तो प्यारी मैनू तू नी मैं तो सुपने च वेखा तेरा मूनी जिंद जान तो प्यारी मैनू तू नी तेरा बुल्लियां गुलाबी विच हसना बुल्लियां गुलाबी विच हसना चुरा के ले गया मेरी नींद नी भावें देखण नूं दो लगदे नी तेरी मेरी एक जिंदगी भावें देखण नूं दो लगदे नी तेरी मेरी एक जिंदगी सोहणीए नी तेरी मेरी एक जिंदगी
वगदी रावी बिच सोने दा कंगना असा तां रब कोलों तैनू ही मंगना वगदी रावी बिच सोने दा कंगना असा तां रब कोलों तैनू ही मंगना इश्क च हो गई मैं शुदाई वे सोहणिया आके तू गले नाल लाई माहिया आके तू गले नाल लाई
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਿੱਠੜੇ ਲੱਗਣ ਤੇਰੇ ਬੋਲਣੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ 'ਚ ਵਸਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਾਂ ਕੋਲਣੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਿੱਠੜੇ ਲੱਗਣ ਤੇਰੇ ਬੋਲਣੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ 'ਚ ਵਸਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਾਂ ਕੋਲਣੀ ਯਾਰੀ ਜੱਟ ਦੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਾ ਜੱਗ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਜੱਟ ਦੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਾ ਜੱਗ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਨਾ ਰੱਖੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਢਿੱਲਣੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਦੋ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਨੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਇੱਕ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਦੋ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਨੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਇੱਕ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਸੋਹਣੀਏ ਨੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਇੱਕ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ
So that was a really wonderful song with great lyrics, I must say. I could listen to this over and over again, and the track that you just heard was Ek Jindagi by DDS featuring Bikram Singh and Ishmit Narula. Loved this track. Wow. So let us move on.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Today's best music.
SG1 Radio, right here, right now.
I can see we've got some messages coming in. So let's share this. And it's from our lovely listeners who would like to share their very heartfelt messages for Maisie and her family. You might remember before I went into this song, I was talking about Maisie, who has gone missing. Her family are really looking for her since her disappearance on Thursday. So I've got Guinea, who says, I hope Maisie is found safe and very well soon. Me too, Guinea. I really do I can't even imagine how her family must be feeling right now. And I sincerely pray that she comes home very soon or she's found very safe. Message from Michael saying, come home safe, Maisie. I have a message from Clark as well saying, hope she's found very soon. Georgia saying, hope for good news soon. Yes, Georgia, fingers crossed. I'm really hoping for good news that Maisie is found very soon. I have Dan who says, hope Maisie is found safe and soon. And I've got last message, which I have from Ainsley saying that if there is God, then please let her be found safe. Yes, so like myself, I would like all of our listeners who's tuned in to please think of Maisie in your prayers or, in your thoughts as well, just so that I really hope that she is really found safe and sound and, everything is all good with her as well. And, that's, I think, you can't imagine for what her parents or her family must be going through right now. And it is really sad when I'm thinking about this as well. So, yeah, I really do sincerely hope that she is found. And it made me think as well that we are so lucky, we take safety for granted, I think. The fact that we're home with a roof over our head, the fact that we also have food on our table, the fact that we can go to sleep in a warm bed, we take all these stuff for granted. And it's when you hear of such tragic incidents, it really makes you wonder. So I really am hoping that one day, things like this will all just come to an end, these tragic incidents that we hear. And the world is a bit more safer for people to go out and about as well. And no parent needs to go through these things. So I sincerely hope that Maisie does come home very soon.
Let the party begin. It's another hour. More music.
I love it.
I love music.
Fantastic. Music. What's up? I'm Beyonce.
Hi, this is Tom Jones.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kylie.
Music to blow you away. Right here, right now. This is SG1 Radio.
Yes, and you are listening to SG1 Radio right here, right now with me, Naz. The last 10 minutes, actually, just under the last 10 minutes now. How quickly has this time gone? And I still have one more track to play for you guys. And before I play this track, I just want to say, you might remember me saying in the show that throughout the week, we do conduct lovely interviews with celebrities from all over the world. We also conduct interviews with locals, politicians, everyone. And one such interview that I conducted last Sunday was with musician, singer and performer Kavya Jones, and I will be playing her track just this minute. But before we do that, I think it would be really good to have an extract of our interview being shown here. And she here is talking about her really lovely track that she composed, she's sung to, music composed by Leslie Lewis, and it is Aaja Meri Baahon Mein. But before I play this, I think it'll be a really good idea for us to have a sneak peek into this interview. I think I've just been informed about your music video as well that's coming in for Aaja Meri Baahon Mein.
Yes,
Are you tell us about that?
You said it absolutely rightly. So it's Aaja Meri Baahon Mein. It is my first ever debut single. It's also it has an extended playlist or an album, you may say. So the album Kavya Jones consists of 3 songs. Aaja Meri Baahon Mein is the video that you can watch on YouTube. The rest of the songs you can hear on 246 audio platforms. So it's available on Ghana, Spotify, JioSaavn, Wink. So it's available very many places. I mean, your listeners can also go and hear it on their favorite audio platforms. It would be great.
Absolutely. And how was it like coming up with Aaja Meri Baahon Mein? Where was the inspiration for this? Came from? Where did it come from?
So like I said, since 3 years I've been training under Leslie sir.
Yeah.
I have, I think after 3 years, I think I may say so, he felt that I was capable enough to sing his compositions, because I must tell you, his compositions seem easy, but they are not. When you actually get down to singing, they're not easy. So the inspiration probably for me was was my guru again, like I'm saying, Leslie sir, because I did everything possible to impress him and tell him that, sir, I'm here to stay and I'm here to make you proud in a certain way, and I am capable enough to sing your compositions. So I think my inspiration for this whole project would be Leslie sir, because I had the ultimate pleasure to be singing this wonderful genius's compositions, because it can't get better for an artist than this. So my inspiration probably would be sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Today's best music.
SG1 Radio, right here, right now.
So that was an extract I was sharing of my lovely interview with the beautiful Kavya Jones. You can catch the full interview on our Facebook and also on our YouTube channel, the full interview. Joseph, who's just dropped a message. Joseph, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you are enjoying this show. So on that note, I will be signing off because it is nearly 4 o'clock, and I did promise that I will be finishing up the hour with a very beautiful song. And this song is a very beautiful vibe-oriented track by the wonderful Kavya Jones on the vocals, Aaja Meri Baahon Mein, and music composed by the one and only Leslie Lewis, sir. So enjoy this one, and I'll be back again next week at same time, same place on SG1 Radio. Until then, stay safe, take care, lots of love, and Naz here, wishing you all a very good bye. Take care, bye.
आजा मेरी बाहों में, आजा मेरी जान, सुन ले ये धड़कने पुकारे तेरा नाम. आजा मेरी बाहों में, आजा मेरी जान, सुन ले ये धड़कने पुकारे तेरा नाम. ओ मेरी जान, तेरी आंखों में जादू, तेरे दिल से दिल मिले, जानू मैं अनजान, सीने में जो दिल जले, रुलाए हर शाम. ओ मेरी जान, तेरी आंखों में जादू, बस कहते हाँ मुझको बेबी, बाहों में तू ले ले, फिर चल जाए आंखों से अब मेरा ये जादू. ओ मेरी जान,
हर पल लगे खास खास बेबे, तू और मैं रहे खास खास बेबे, मेरा दिल तेरे पास पास बेबे, तेरे बिन नहीं सांस सांस बेबे. सुनो जरा बाहों में तो आ, आंखें जब भी खोलूं तेरा चेहरा है वहाँ. सुनो जरा चल मिलके देखे मून जरा, तू कहे तो उसे लाके रख दूं यहाँ. नो रोना धोना बस खोना खोना, तेरी आंखों में बाहों में मेरी जान. ढूंढा तुझे मैंने हर कोना कोना, आखिर वही हुआ जो मैंने बोला बोला. जादू तेरा कर दे मेरा हाल बेहाल, मैं हूँ तुझ पे फिदा. मैं तेरा बे, तू मेरी बी, put that together, you know what it means baby.
Whoa, na 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 na. Whoa, na 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 na. Whoa, na 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 na. Whoa, बस कहते हाँ मुझको baby, बाहों में तू ले ले, फिर चल जाए आँखों से अब मेरा ये जादू. ओ मेरी जान,
तेरे हाथ में हाथ हाथ बेबे.
आजा मेरी बाहों में, आजा मेरी जान, सुन ले ये धड़कने पुकारे तेरा नाम. आजा मेरी बाहों में, आजा मेरी जान, सुन ले ये धड़कने पुकारे तेरा नाम. ओ मेरी जान, तेरी आंखों में जादू,